Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and we're going to do another game outside the 20 from 88 series, and this is called TX-1, and this game was requested by YouTube user Martin Hernandez. This was created by a company called Tatsumi and licensed to Namco, and in turn licensed to Atari and Taito. It's a lot of companies for one game. But this was the first multi-screen game. This ran on 3 screens, 3 monitors side by side. Kind of interesting. The central part of the game, or the central monitor, showed the gameplay. The one on the left showed your map, your course map, and the one on the right showed the cars you passed. And your goal is to get to point A, B, C, D, E, F, or G, H. And you just try to get to the checkpoints in time. And just past the checkpoints, you can turn left or right. That'll determine which way, which path you're going. And once you reach the end, you'll be in a city. One of, I think, 8 different cities. There's Africa, U.S., or one of 8 different countries. Africa, U.S., Japan, France, Spain, Monaco, Belgium, and Italy. And this game is a lot like Pole Position, but it's not nearly as well done as Pole Position, in my opinion. The sprite scaling, it seems to be a bit off. The track can, in the foreground, will suddenly appear and whip your car around very unrealistically at times, and it's kind of a pain in the ass. You have a low and high gear shift. You have brake. You have pedal, gas pedal. And I'm not very good at this, but I would recommend not bothering with the brake. When you get to a tight turn, just shift into low. Otherwise, on straightaways, go to high gear. Or if you're near a group of cars and you're afraid you're going to run into one, shift into low. But like Pole Position, there are advertisements on the side of the road. That Tatsumi is a nickname for Tatsumi, the company that made this game. Yeah, the graphics just aren't as good as Pole Position, it would seem, and this came out a year later after Pole Position. There was a sign for Taito. But, yet, I would recommend just relying on shifting into low whenever you come to tight turns or whenever you're afraid you're going to run into a car. Sometimes, instead of crashing you, the cars will just make you spin. And that's just about as bad because you're kind of helpless if you spin. If you spin, let go of the gas. I think you're likely to regain control if you cut the gas while you're spinning. There, I reached the checkpoint and I decided to go left. I go through this night driving scene, and it looks like the Eiffel Tower in the background, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's France, I guess, because it's not saying France on the screen. At the very end, it'll tell you what city you made it to. If you crash, shift into low, and you'll get back on track quicker that way, and then go back into high whenever you have a straightaway or a mild turn. But for the bigger turns, for the bigger turns, go into low, or when you're near a pack of other cars, for fear of running into them. Didn't quite make it. Even if you don't make the checkpoint, you get a bonus for the cars you passed. And it's kind of cool. While I'm putting in my initials, my car spins as I turn the steering wheel, although I'm not really using a steering wheel because this is emulated. I'm using a joypad, which isn't what I'd call precise controls, but oh well. That's TX-1 by Tatsumi and licensed to Namco, and in turn licensed to Atari and Taito. It's a lot of companies for a game that's not really all that great. I mean, the graphics aren't bad, but compared to a pole position, they're quite inferior, and I don't like the mechanics of the track that appears in the foreground, and then suddenly when you're in it, it can just whip you around like crazy. It's not very fair. Just not really my cup of tea, but this was requested by YouTube user Martin Hernandez, and we're gonna look again at a screenshot of the game with the map course. And yeah, on the left it'll show the map course, and even where it says AB, that's not the end. You'll get to split from that point to A or B, or C or D or E or F or G or H. But I'll show you one trip I'll make here. Now, I'm taking all left turns on this route. You go through a tunnel, and you go through the city. I've already played part of this. But after that, you go through this mountainous, desertish like area. Then after that, a little bit after that, you'll eventually get to Africa. That's if you take all left turns. Again, there's Africa, there's US, there's Japan, there's France, there's Spain, there's Monaco, there's Belgium, and there's Italy. Those will all culminate in the same ending sequence, and I'll show you the ending sequence in a moment. It's not all that impressive. There are areas where there's sloping. The path slopes a bit. And now we're in Africa. If I'd taken that right turn there, I would have gone to USA. If only it was that easy to get from one place to another. And here's what the ending is going to look like. See all those stars on the top right? Those are all the cars I've passed, and I'll get a bonus for all of them. And the letters GOAL celebrate my arrival at the checkered flag. But that was TX-1. And now we're just going to see some pictures of some of the other areas you can drive through. There's a mountainous plain, and there's a snowy mountainous area that you can drive through, and there's a drive by the river. But again, the countries that you can arrive at are Africa, USA, Japan, France, Spain, Monaco, Belgium, and Italy. But that was TX-1 by Tatsumi and licensed to Namco, Atari, and Taito. And this was requested by YouTube user Martin Hernandez. Well, this is Crazy Climber 80, saying thanks for watching. I'll be back with my 20 from 88 series. Take it easy, folks. Bye-bye.